YouTube podcast. Guys, you know what? That was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game versus the Montana Grizzlies. Sac State versus Montana Grizzlies. Final score 49-35. So we got a couple things on this one, guys. This is not one of them games where I'm coming in here and I'm hanging my head down. I'm actually very, very proud of the boys, and I think they should be as well. You know, Montana, we got to give credit to where credit is due. Montana's a very well put together team. They came out there and did what they had. And also shouts out to the Montana crowd. They came out there and represented themselves very well as a complete organization. So when you look at what Sac State did and was able to do against Montana, though, was very telling. Put up 35 points on the number one team in the FBS. Still gave up a lot of points, but at the end of the day, for Sac State to go out there and put up 35 and to fight a hard game, and there was a couple situations in this game that kind of could have made this game a lot closer, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But very, very proud of the squad, man. They came out there and they fought hard. I mean, it was 7-7 after the first quarter, and then Montana outscored them by 7 in the second quarter, and then outscored them by 7 in the third, and then they both put up 14 points in the fourth quarter. So Sac State really came out there and did the best that they could. It really sucks because Sac State had a lot of momentum going, and like I was saying in the last stream, what a big win that this would be. This would be a huge win. A huge win. So against the number one team. But like I said, the reason why I'm still proud is because I think Sac State still did enough to go out there and still show everybody in the conference that they're a force to be reckoned with. They're going to put up these points no matter what. So you go up there and you put up 35 points against the best team, anybody can be had. Anybody can be scored on. So I like that. I like that we were able to go out there and still show and prove that we're able to go out there and score and do what we got to do with the best of them. Now, shouts out to Cardell Williams. This is probably one of his best passing games of the season. 25 for 32, 332 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Rodney Hammond Jr., 12 carries, 54 yards. And then we had Ernest Campbell with 9 receptions, 206 yards, and 1 touchdown. So the boys came out there and played hard. I'm proud of what they were able to do. It sucks that we're not able to get the win, but ultimately, against a good powerhouse like Montana Grizzlies, it was a very good probability that we were not going to win this game. It was just a matter of how pretty we were going to try to make it look, how much we were going to try to, how many points we were going to score, how good we were going to look. And I think Sac State represented themselves very, very well for the circumstances of, not being together very much and then for very long, and then not, and then having a Montana team that's been together for a while. So I think you've seen a little bit of that, but, man, I'm so, so proud, and you see the continuous growth of the Sac State squad, man. So big shout out to them. Let's read some of the Montana stats here. We had Kaheli Ahayat. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. 16 for 24, 196 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then you got Michael Wortham, 7 carries, 89 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Michael Wortham as well on the receiving end, 5 receptions, 80 yards. So what's going on, Xfinity? So, man, it was a hell of a game. Guys went out there and battled. When you look at, who won the battles between the defense and the trenches and all that, it was a pretty hard-fought game. I think Montana kind of dominated on the ground. They were dominating with some of their star players, but for the most part, Sac State was still able to go out there and do their thing. And to be honest, guys, I'm not going to lie. What really changed, and I know it was a hard-fought game the whole game, but I'm not going to lie. That punt, that fake punt that Montana decided to do, oh, my God. Oh, my God. Because I felt like Sac State, we had some momentum. Man, what a gutsy fucking call by the Montana coach. What a gutsy fucking call. Because you got to think, You don't get that punt off. Something bad happens. Sac State is right there, and it's a 7-point game with plenty of time left in the game. Plenty of time left in the game. So what does he do? He takes a chance, and you kind of catch somebody slipping. Nobody's thinking that you're going to pull something like this off. And then the play difficulty was not that dude. He had a receiver run a go route, bro, and then had the quarterback just throw a dart, dude. Like, are you serious? You banked on that? Bro, you talk about believing in your team. What a hell of a call. They executed it to perfection. That changed the whole trajectory of the game. And that was Sac State's that was their last hurrah, bro. Like, after that, it was kind of like, and then they did a good job of managing the game after that. They ran the ball, did clock management, and they did what they had to do to get up out of there. So, but I'm still proud, man. We still fought hard. We came in there, did what we had to do, man, and we gave Montana all they could handle, man. We showed what we got, man. And so I was very, very proud of what the squad was able to go out there and do, man. So let's go ahead and look at some of the team stats real quick. So you have Montana. You look at total yards. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to read this thing here. Total yards, 385 total yards versus Sac State, 478 total yards. Passing game goes to Sac State, 337 yards versus 224 yards for Montana. Rushing game, and this is where they kind of got us. I mean, they only got us by 20 yards. 161 yards on the ground for Montana and 141 yards for Sac State. And then yards per play, they were 6.5 a pop, and Sac State was 6.3. So they had, Sac State had more first downs. They had 24 first downs. They were 9-7 to 18 versus Montana. They went 9-17 on third down. Montana went 8-14 on third down. I mean, Sac State punted the ball 3 times. Montana punted the ball 3 times. But I think what killed Sac State was our penalties. You look at it right there, there's a discrepancy. 10 penalties for 80 yards versus Montana, 1 penalty for 5 yards. Dude, they had 1 fucking penalty the entire game. How do you even... But I ain't gonna lie, that's why I seen it in his face, bro. He's like, what in the actual fuck? Like, what is going on? I'm like, bro, like, I'm not even saying that I'm not doing what I'm doing. All I'm saying is they're playing perfect. They don't hold. There's nothing. They did everything pretty much only one time. A 5-yard penalty. What was that, a false start? Like, so I totally feel you on that. That could have been that's the difference. 80 yards. Who knows where the momentum could have swung at any point in some of those situations, which some of those were key situations. So you got to look at that, man. Even the time of possession, Sac State, 34 minutes versus 25. I mean, dude, if you just look at the box score, you would have thought Sac State just completely ran it up on these boys, but the score tells different. Still got 49 points put up. And that's where Sac State, we got to get better with that. And I was talking about that in the last stream. Like, we cannot keep giving up this many points. At some point in time, we're going to have to buckle up on either making a team just run, which you can't run on a team for 49 points. So that's what I would say. Just stop, make teams stop the pass and make teams run. And then build and develop and know that your guys on the line and trust that they're going to do what they got to do, period, point blank. So that's what it just came down to, man. And it sucks because, like I said, man, it was a good chance for us to go and do something in the standings. But ultimately, that's a really good team. So it bounces Sac State now to 5th in the standing. Eastern Washington leapfrogs us now. Brings Sac State to 4-4 overall, 2-2 in the conference. And it brings Montana to 8-0, 4-0 in the conference. So Sac State, we still got a lot of work to do, guys. We still got more work to put in. But, I'm very, very proud of what the squad did. And we still got some good things to go ahead of us. Next game that's ahead of us right now is Eastern Washington. What a great, time to play them, who just leapfrogged us in the standings. So let's go ahead and knock them out the way. I'm gonna see if I can possibly head out to Eastern Washington this weekend. I'm about, I would say, an hour and 45 minutes because I live in Seattle. So I'm gonna probably try to head out there, bus out there to Eastern Washington and watch that game. I would love to go out there and rep Sac State on the road and get a live report. Maybe I do something live at the stadium or something before, do a pregame, and then see if I can do a postgame. So, yeah, man, let me see if I can do a sticker. They said do a sticker. Best answer, start a Q&A. Yeah, man. So yeah, very proud of the squad for what they went going. Man, let me get this thing up out of here, man. All right, so yeah, man, I'm just very, very proud of the squad, though, man. And Sac State, if y'all listening, keep y'all heads up, man. I know we wanted this win. I know this was a big one for us, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We still went out there and represented ourselves very, very well. Very, very well. We got Eastern Washington next, Portland State, Idaho, and then finish the season with UC Davis. So it's up to us to go ahead and finish these games out. I think the biggest game on that schedule is UC Davis. We still have another opportunity to play and beat another good team, the second place team in the standings. So let's go out there and rep. We should not have let this derail or deteriorate whatever we were going to do. At the end of the day, that team, I think last week we said either they were like a 14-point or a 21-point underdog. So, I mean, they got talent. They got a team that's been put together. They got a coaching staff that, you know, kind of has that team by the grip. So, you know, I'm very, very proud of what they were doing. Sac State, look at what we've done. Weber State, we put up 55 points. Northern Colorado, we put up 40. And then Montana, we put up 35. So we're constantly scoring over 30 points. Hey, you're not DC executor, relax. So what I'm saying is, you know, we are putting up the points. It's just, and I would be kind of pissed if I was an offense. We got to do what we got to do on defense. It's our defense right now, man. That's our Achilles heel right now is our defense. So we have to play tougher defense, man. We got to buckle down and not allow Cats to just score at will. It's getting crazy right now. Cats is out here putting up a ridiculous amount of points on us. As much as we're putting up 30 points, pretty much every team on us is putting up 30 plus points. Thanks for the likes, guys. I appreciate the love, man. So you gotta start buckling down on defense at the end of the day, man. That's what's killing us. That's our Achilles heel. And if we really want to start narrowing shit down, we're putting up 30-something points. You put up 30-something points on anybody, you're supposed to be winning these games. So it's like, guys, focus in on the defense. Lock this shit down. Do whatever we got to do to get this defense solidified. Come up with some different schemes. Start really, you know, the coaches need to have some of these late night conversations, whatever we need to start doing to get this defense popping again. Because defense right now, if we can lock that in, it's only going to give our high-power offense more opportunity. And we seeing what our offense is going to do with more opportunity and more time. So let our offense cook. Defense, go out there and do y'all job. Take y'all job personally. Mano y mano is your man versus your man. Take that shit and be prideful about it. Yes, but we can't anything, you know. So it's like, but we got to take pride in that. Everybody take pride in their individual assignments. If everybody do their job, man, we should have it should be easy. You know what I'm saying? I know it's easier said than done, but like we got to go out there and do what we got to do. We got to get it done. It's just that simple. So we got this loss out the way. Let's try to go on this next 4-game winning streak that we got and keep it popping and keep it pushing and keep it moving. So that's really what it is. We got another big test ahead of us, a chance to leapfrog another team in the standing, Eastern Washington. And I don't think at this point, unless we pretty much win out, that we're going to catch Montana. That's the only way that we're really going to catch them because Montana State is 5-2, 3-0 in the conference. And right now we're 2-2, 4-4 overall, 2-2 in the conference. So we got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. And when we get in playoffs, it's anybody's dance. So right now I would just be focusing on locking in our defense, solidifying that, and we should be good. But man, I appreciate y'all tapping in. I wanted to make sure I came in and tapped in and said my words of encouragement because, man, I am proud of the squad. I think that we went out there and played a hell of a game. I just think there's a couple little niches and nuances that we got to fix. But once we do that, I think it's all gas, no brakes, man. We got something that we can hang our hat on, which is a good, high-powered offense. Now let's go out there and solidify that defense. But I appreciate everybody for tapping in, and for everybody who's going to watch later, thank you guys so much as usual for all the love that you guys always show me in the channel. I appreciate the love. And go Hornets, Stingers up. You dig? Let's get it.